outlived its usefulness. In the aftermath of the October 1973 war, a new political climate had emerged. Yasser Arafat now recognized that there was a limit to what military action could achieve, and that the Palestinians must present an acceptable political program to the world if their liberation movement was to achieve its goals. Defeat in Jordan and a series of headline-grabbing acts of violence had ensured the survival of the Palestinian revolution, but damaged it in the eyes of the world. Arafat decided that from now on, the gun would only support, but not supplant, his political agenda. But this view was not shared by other Palestinian factions, nor did it prove realistic, as the PLO was soon drawn into a civil war in a neighboring Arab country.
Business Latest is brought to you by Catalum, the most efficient and environmentally friendly aluminium smelter. Business Latest is brought to you by Catalum, the most efficient and environmentally friendly aluminium smelter.
All sides, all views, all ways. Al Jazeera.
In 1984, a new energy company was born, here in Qatar. In 1996, it began production, bringing pride and recognition to the nation and destined to touch the lives of billions of people around the world. Learning quickly from the world's experts, by the end of the decade, we'll be producing 42 million tons of liquefied natural gas a year for markets in Europe, Asia, and North America. Energy that is reliable. Energy that is safe. We are proud of our achievement and technological breakthroughs. We are proud of our people. Most importantly, we are proud of our responsibility to deliver energy to the world.
Afghanistan is faced with a huge challenge.
Relations have gone really sour between us and our allies. We have inflicted considerable damage on the enemy.
The people who make international headlines.
Ultimately, the truth will out.
They want to stop this publication of information that embarrasses them.
Make time for Sir David Frost. Frost over the world. At this time on Al Jazeera.
Personal blogs by professional journalists. blogs.aljazeera.net. This is Al Jazeera.
Welcome to the News Hour, live from Doha. I'm Sami Zaidan from Al Jazeera News Centres here and in London. These are the main stories.
If they want to support the militia, do it. But I will tell you from now, you're going to lose. We will win. And we're not afraid.
The Libyan leader's son warns of a full-scale military assault on opposition fighters and says victory is in sight. As government forces bombard the town of Ras Lanuf, a witness tells Al Jazeera of a new assault from the sea.
Hello, I'm Felicity Barr in London. I'll have the latest on the diplomatic front here in Europe as NATO agrees to move its warships closer to Libya, while France goes it alone and says Libya's opposition is a legitimate government.
I'm Jane Dutton, live from the halls of the US Congress. A warning from the head of intelligence here. The longer the conflict in Libya goes on, the more likely Gaddafi will defeat the rebels.
Also ahead, reports Saudi police have opened fire on protesters ahead of mass rallies called for Friday. And an AlJazeera exclusive from Myanmar. Children as young as 4 working in ruby mines. Well, the Libyan leader's son, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, has warned rebel fighters in the east they face a full-scale assault from government forces. And things are moving quickly on the diplomatic front too. The French President, Nicolas Sarkozy, met envoys from the Libyan opposition in Paris, saying the National Council based in Benghazi is now the legitimate government of Libya. NATO ministers meeting in Brussels continue to discuss a possible no-fly zone, and the Secretary-General is warning that the world will not stand idly by if Gaddafi continues attacking his people. Well, the fighting goes on. Government forces pounding the oil port of Ras Lanuf with rockets and tank shells on Thursday, driving back those rebel fighters. Well, earlier we spoke to Mabrouk, a Libyan who is in the eastern city of Brega. He witnessed attacks in Brega and Ras Lanuf by Gaddafi forces who approached from a large ship sitting off the coast.
I will start with Brega city at 12:30 p.m. this afternoon. A plane attacked the main road going to the oil fields and split it in half. And then I went to Ras Lanuf to deliver some medical aid to the hospital there. And I was shocked with the amount of attack of airplanes by the government forces. These planes come at 1 hour intervals, and they hit the back of the hospital where I deliver these medical aids, and all the doctors and the nurses have evacuated the Ras Lanuf hospital, and about 30 ambulances were taking the wounded and the dead to the nearest city, which is Brega, and then to Jdabiya. So Ras Lanuf at the moment does not have any hospital. Mr. Gaddafi forces has landed using a very big ship, which we thought it was an oil tanker. It exactly resembles oil tankers, but is painted as a gray color, and has landed about 12 boats, rubber dinghy boats, filled with soldiers, which they landed into the city, on the shores of the city.
Well, in his latest interview, Muammar Gaddafi's son said Libya was ready to introduce democratic freedoms, but also warned the rebels that they would face defeat. Imran Khan reports.
If they want to support the militia, do it. But I will tell you from now, you're going to lose. We will win. And we're not afraid of the American fleet, NATO, France,